with Angie's Crafting with Diamonds here on my YouTube channel. Welcome to my nearly finished Moon Elf kit. I'm going to finish off her jewelry and then do a post review on this kit. This is the most fun I've had in a while. I mean, I love diamond painting, but this was just like a next level bling up kit. I think it's because I just had so much freedom and so much fun. So I'm going to share some of that with you today and show you all the bling ups that I did. I'll walk you through the whole canvas. I have some pictures of some of the stages of finishing that I'll share with you so you can see maybe where I laid in some of the colors, so they might make more sense to you. If you want to try and copy any of that, you can. I will also try to, I am going to try and put in a list somewhere maybe along the way of some of the crystal colors that I used, and because there are some special crystals that I used from Diamond Painting with Sparklers, as well they're just regular round crystals that I got from Amazon. So anyway, where I'm starting with now is right up here in the last of her jewelry. So I'll zoom that in, just get my camera on the spot here so you can see, and don't get distracted by her pretty eyes. We'll talk about them in a minute. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a quad cube. And my quad cubes are from Diamond Painting with Sparklers, and you've seen me use these throughout the kit. What I haven't decided is what color it should be. And I'm thinking it should be like a blue. It could be blue or it could be green, but I think blue or purple, but she's very purple. Let's have a look and see what this regular blue ABs look like, because they have quite a bit of purple in them. You see? And these are the ones from Diamond Painting with Sparklers. Just take my tweezers and pick one out here. This one has quite a bit of purple in it. So what if we put that there just like that? I actually like that. Doesn't that look pretty? The other color I was thinking of using, I'll just put this away, is, and today I'm using my tray from DP Gal Creations. She's an Etsy shop, and it's Jackie, and this is one of her trays, and I just love her trays. So I'll leave a link for that below. These are, again, the quads from Diamond Painting with Sparklers, and I'll leave a link for them below. And they are both sponsors of the Josephine wall event, which I am hosting with Kim and Deb. Kim at Kim's Crafts and Deb at The Crafty Diamond. And I'll have links for them below too, as well as a link to the Facebook group for the event. If you haven't caught up with us there, you might like to. So I am looking at this, and I know that another color that would have been good would be these light blue. See, that would have been pretty too. But because I think I'm going to put some of the 3810s and that around here, I'm thinking it's going to have more contrast. Because the other one I could have done is this light green, right? That would have looked pretty too, because this is going to be green crystals here. So that would have set that off. Or I could have even done a clear one, but to me, I don't know. The clear one I thought would have just gotten lost. I was kind of looking for some color. Another idea would be to do a pearl white one. That might look nice, one of these pearl white ones. But then I would have, if I was going to use these pearl white ones, I would have used some more pearl whites in her jewelry in the rest of the kit, which I didn't do because in her jewelry around her neck, and you'll see in her earrings, I've used opal glow glass, which is also from Diamond Painting with Sparklers. And I'm actually going to put that in the purple tray because we're going to use that. And I just want it so that you can see it. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that opal glow glass. That's crazy. I just love it. And I love this purple tray too. I've been using this tray a lot. So I think next I'm going to fill in the glow glass just so I can get an idea for a feel of how the rest of this is going to work up. That's kind of my process. I decide things. I kind of have an idea, I guess, in the back of my mind of what I want to do, but I don't really decide it until I lay it down for sure. One thing I would encourage you to do is when you use a color in one place, you need to use it probably somewhere else out in the kit, because when in terms of art, that will pull the picture together and make the image more cohesive. When I used to paint, that's what we used to do. We would put spots of color in on other areas that would tie into the main item that we were focusing on. So that was part of the whole abstract art thing and creating. And probably out there somebody else knows more than me. I'm just kind of ad-hocing a little bit of this, ad-libbing it. But yeah, it provides more, not unison's the wrong word. Unison is a pastel supplier, which I have lots of pastels by Unison. They're beautiful. No, I'm looking for harmony. It will give the picture you're working on more harmony. And that would be true in pencil crayon too. Yeah. I'm actually thinking of getting out my pencil crayons again. Collection that I collected during COVID before I knew about diamond painting. And I thought it might be kind of fun if I had a playlist of some of those things. Just going to keep these out just to the side in case I need some. So I'm thinking this is looking really pretty. I see that I missed a couple of those 3325s. The other question I have is, well, those are green. Well, the other color that I used a lot of in this kit was these sapphire ABs, 796 crystal ABs that I also got from Diamond Painting with Sparklers. And I have these throughout. You'll see them all through her hair. But I don't think they're enough of a contrast for the jewelry, because we want the jewelry to make a bit of a statement, don't we? Well, at least I think that's how I want it to be. You can do yours, of course, however you want. Yeah. So just fill this in. Get another pen so I can single place in here. This is my pen from Crafted Makes. They are also a sponsor of the event. And I just love this pen. This was a pen, a blank that he had in his shop. And it's an Etsy shop. It's Crafted Makes, so go check them out. I'll put the link for that below too. So let's see here. So I think the next color is going to be those 3810s. I'm not going to put in very many, so I'm going to use this bit smaller of a tray. So there's 3810s that I've been using throughout this project. You'll see these in her hair and everywhere, in different places, in different key areas. And this is a straight print. Oh, well, I wouldn't call it's a partial color replacement, because I didn't replace every single 3810 that was in the kit. I just replaced some of them, and I'll go through that. So I'm liking how that's looking, aren't you? I think that's going to be really pretty. And look, okay, so here I'm going to say this. This dark blue is offsetting the outline on her eyes and the purples in her eyes. That works, you see? How all that ties together. Like, it's not matchy-matchy, but it's complementary, right? I think so. I'm liking this very much. And what I need are something in these C's. You know what? I think I think those crystal ABs would be perfect in there because they're blue and green, right? And so, and they're in her hair, and it would just be, oh, I poured out way too many, but look, isn't that just way too fun? Let's do that. That wasn't what I was going to do. I was just going to get out the plain 798, all plain crystals and do that. But I actually think I'm going to do this. Ooh, this is turning out so fun. Wow. Okay, my brain is on fire. When I get creative, my brain, like, I don't know about you guys, but my brain goes on fire when I do things with crystals or pastels or watercolors or pencil crayons that blend perfectly. Yeah. Look at these though. These, I didn't get to use these yet, but aren't these just beautiful? I just had to show you because they're just so pretty. I have a kit in mind that I want to use these for. Yeah, look at that. Aren't those beautiful? Those are 444 crystal ABs, also from Diamond Painting with Sparklers. Yeah. So it was like, I don't know if you saw my crystals video, but I put out a crystals video last week and I talk about supporting small shops, as well as I've been buying some other crystals off of AliExpress and from Amazon from time to time. But there are special drills and things, and we do want to support our small shop. From time to time, you'll see that I will order. And if I lived in the US, I would order from her all the time because her quality is top notch. I was thinking these teas are supposed to be number 700. That is the same color that's over here at the side of her face. I'm just going to double check you guys can see what I'm pointing at. Yeah, this is the same color that's at the side of her face here and over here. But I'm thinking, I don't know if I want that to be green. Now that I have these other colors out in front of me, I'm thinking, what about this 3808 maybe? It's a bluey green that's different, but not different. It's a dark aqua. Because we have 3810. And I'm going to fill these ones in with these 333s with the color that they are, I think. I was thinking of blinging them up, but I think it would just be a distraction. So which one should I put in? Those or the 700s, which are more, let's see, what other small tray do I have out? There's another one. Or I could put these. I'm not sure. I think this is sort of screaming a little bit too loud. I'm thinking these, because they're different from these, but they still are a very strong green. Let me see what else I have. You know what else we could do? Well, I think that would be lost in there. What else do I have in my crystals here? I'm just thinking what I've got. See, I've got these. There's that. Twilight round. No, those aren't gonna, those have orange in them. There's no orange in this kit. That's not really gonna work. Frosted, blah, 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 blah. Sparklers, frosted ABs round. Let's see what those look like. I'm still not sure. But I don't think these are strong enough. I think they'll get lost because of these opals that are already here. So the question is, do I do green or aqua? Can't decide. It's a tough one. I think that green is too emerald. What about this green? No, too dark. And I know I have some of this in here. It's 701. No. You know what? I think we're going to try some of these 3809s. Let's just put a row of those here. Yep, I think I like that. Yep, I think that's the answer, because I think the other green's just too strong. So at least this has some presence in her hair in the similar colors that are in there. I want the jewelry to make a statement without screaming off the page, because there's a lot going on in this image. When we zoom back and you see everything that's going on, it will probably make some sense, hopefully. Let's see here. Beautiful. My son is online with his cousins playing D&D right now, so I hope you don't hear him. They have opinions on what they're doing in their game. Ooh, that is looking pretty. Oh, I'm liking that. Yep. I think that was a good choice, because you can see up here, we've got aquas happening, and we've got more of that aqua blue over here. And this, it's different enough, but not enough that it's screaming off the page. I don't know what other term to use. Screaming off the page? Yeah. We don't want jewelry to be the only thing you look at when you look at the picture, right? And you know what? It's all subject to interpretation. All these things are, right? Like, everything is your own eye and what you see. And maybe you'll pick a different color harmony than me, you know? Yeah, I think these are not going to be... They look strong now, but when you stand back, they won't. So I'm going to pause this now, and then I'm going to zoom out so we can take a look, okay? See you in a minute. So here she is, guys. She's all finished. Isn't she beautiful? It took me about 2 weeks to finish her from start to finish. I kitted her up on March the 26th, and I believe I started laying drills on March the 27th or the 28th. So it's just a little under 2 weeks. Plus I was away all weekend and I haven't worked on her in a few days. So let's just say I was really loving this and having so much fun. So let's walk through everything I did. So take a look, and I'm going to turn her sideways. I guess we'll start at the bottom, which is where I started. And you can see the amount of crystals that I added in here. Look at that sparkle. Like, I'm telling you. I will try to take the symbols and tell you kind of what I did. But a lot of this was just happening. Like, I did it as I went. You know? I remember most of the colors though. So I can be putting that in for you. And I blinged up the whole of her dress. Look at those dark blue leaves in her dress at the top there. And all the edges. and up around her sleeves. You know, I'm just rolling along to show you what I did with her cape here. Maybe I should just zoom in. I'm not very good at this. I'm still figuring all these video things out, right? So there she is. There's going back to her dress and all her sparkles in there and the flowers. And I didn't replace everything. I just replaced things that I thought needed highlights, you know? So I felt like some of this was kind of like the sleeves of her dress, like her gloves, because this looks like gloves over here. So I thought this part of this is the tops of her gloves, you know? So that's why I kind of did that to keep it in sort of some harmony. And then I loaded her cape with sparkles all the way through with, you know, the crystals all the way through. And in her necklace, I'll just lift it, I used opal glow glass from Diamond Painting with Sparklers, and it just turned out fabulous. And I added in a few extra stones to give it some more presence. And I blinged up all the way up in here. So I'll show you that. It's hard to see in the camera. You can see all of this, all these crystals here, all the way through. And then her hair. Well, how do I even begin to explain her hair? I'm not sure. Let's look at her jewelry first. So her jewelry is all in opal glow glass, outlined with regular crystals, resin crystals, and I believe that is 3021 regular swap out colors. And then I have aquas all in here, and I put in 702 crystals in here, and then I put those crystal ABs. I had 666 crystal ABs from Diamond Painting with Sparklers, as well as, and let me see if I can find those. I had 666 and 211. I believe I used 211. There's the 211. And I put those in the flowers in here, as well as the 36, I think it's 3827 there. And then more here. And I sort of did a pattern around the outside of the flowers to give it some pop. And then I did add accents in her hair and her, I guess this is part of her flowers and her hair. And here's her ear, right? So I thought, well, this is like her jewelry that's carrying down through by her ear and her elf ear here. I'm not sure if this is part of her ear or part of the flowers. At any rate, I treated it similarly because I wasn't sure. And then, of course, throughout the kit, I've put in quad cubes everywhere quad cubes all the way through. I zoom that in. I think I'm still going to put in a couple more sparklers up in the top. I put in like a couple of glow glass drills. You can see them here. I think I might put in 3 or 4 more just in here. There's another one at the top. I just made them that way. I just decided, and I pulled them out. And there's some more quad cubes in here to set off her eyes. And I'll show you some pictures here where you can see I did her face. And then the next picture will show you some of the workings on her dress. And the next picture is showing how I worked up her hair. So her hair was a lot of work. So I worked around her hair and did her hair last, because I didn't want to overdo it with her hair and take away from the rest of the picture. So that's how this got worked up. It's not normally how I do things, but in this case, you know, I thought do her face, then do the dress, do all of her skin so we could see it, do the background, and do her hair. I did her cape. And then I did all the flowers. And you saw me working on the top, which I think has turned out well. It's glowing. Look at that glow glass go. And look at her eyes. Can we just zoom in on her eyes for a minute? I think her face is rendered beautifully by Diamond Art Club. I mean, look at her. I didn't do any blinging up on her skin or her face except for the crystals in her eyes. And I think that once I had crystalled up her eyes, everything else I built up around that, so that when I put crystals here, I was trying not to take away from the focus of her eyes, because I still think we want the viewer of the picture to be, seeing her eyes and they're not buried. And that would be why this crystal down here is purple, and it's not pulling away from her. It's still pretty, but it's not taking away from this beauty here. And I just love the flower accents here. I put a little bit of crystals in here just to pretty them up. And you can see I've done that throughout. I've just added in crystals everywhere that you can see, And just absolutely thrilled with her. I'm going to be hanging her up in my craft room behind my desk, because I just think she's just beautiful. And I love fantasy art. I do, especially the pretty things. And who doesn't want to work on pretty things? Even like her nails. Look at her nails. Aren't they cool? I just think this is just an amazing kit. And I highly recommend working on it. It was easy. It's round. It's not huge, So I'm going to turn her around and we'll take one more look at the whole of her. And she's just fantastic, you guys. I'm just absolutely thrilled. She's like one of my favorite finishes in the last few months. She's been very distracting for me. It's been very distracting once I started this kit to focus on my Josephine wall. But now that she's finished, I'm going to set myself some goals to work on that too. I have some ideas in mind. And yeah, because I just absolutely loved working on these rounds. I had no issues. I did not run out of anything. But she is just absolutely beautiful. So let's take a quick look at the drill so you can see what's left. And I didn't run out of anything. Oh, actually I did. That's not true. I had the weirdest thing happen. I ran out of 796. Which, that's a weird thing. It feels like maybe I swapped it with some 797 or some 820 in the kit. Because it doesn't make any sense, because I didn't run out of anything else. In fact, I have leftovers. Like, look at the 820. They're so close. I guess it could happen, But I was lucky I had some in my spares. So I just pulled those out and carried on. And, I'm just not entirely sure if it was my fault or Diamond Art Club's fault. So I'm just going to leave that alone. The only thing I did was I mixed up 209 and 210. And I talked about that in a wipnchat. And what I did was I tried to use some of this up because I didn't want to sit and pick through it. So I laid it out in a tray, and as I was doing areas like this, I would put this all out in a big white tray and then just back and forth using it up. Because this bag was full of mixed drills. So that's the only thing, and that's my own fault, right? So lastly, I know she's out of stock right now, but if you subscribe to this or, add her to your favorites, then you'll see when she comes back into stock, because I don't believe she's discontinued. And she's absolutely breathtaking. And the artist's name is Rika Sophia Reichen. And this was 46 by 69 centimeters. It's called Moon Elf. She comes with 43 colors. And yeah, wow. I'm going to make a list of the crystals I added, kind of give you a little idea of what I did. and I will add it here at the end. So if anything you want to look at, you can stop the video and take a quick peek. And I hope it helps you, because adding your own bling is just, it's entirely fun. And don't be scared to try something, because we can always pick it off. That's what we have tweezers for, right? You can always change your mind. And start small. Maybe just bling up a flower, or just her necklace, or her tiara. I'm not sure what else to call it but a tiara. But yeah, you don't have to go wild like I did, and you can still do some beautiful stuff. I just happen to have all these crystals, and I'll throw the link to Diamond Painting with Sparklers, as well as my video on the crystals that I opened up a couple of weeks ago, so you can go and check those out. But everything you need, if you're in the US, I encourage you to go over to Diamond Painting with Sparklers. Everything you need is there. And yeah, so we'll talk to you later. Here's the list. See you soon. Bye.